Hello, I'm Julia. It's a Sunday and it's mid-July. Yeah, no idea. Yep, no idea. Sunday, the middle of July. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, I'm really rubbish with dates. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. And, no it's not. I had a lay-in. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning. And I am about to pick the first ripe tomatoes from the greenhouse on the polytunnel. I am so excited for this. I've got, I think, three tomatoes that are properly ripe. There's a sun gold, there's one of the yellow currants, and there's the black Russian. So, do you want to join me while I do that? There'll be a taste test later as well, I think. I'm just gonna move you. Here's the first one. It's a black Russian. I think it's ready. Let's have a feel. Yeah, it's soft now. Now this tomato's got a little problem. You'll see it when I pick it. But I don't think it's as bad as I thought it was going to be. Now that could be blossom end rot, which would be surprising. Or it could just be a bit of a malfunction when it was growing. And I say it would be surprising because none of the others around it have got it. So I would think that was just a little malfunction in the growing process. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to taste it later. That is our very first tomato from the polytunnel. I know. We get excited about these things though, don't we? Isn't it a thing of beauty? Right. Next. Let's get the next one. The next one is down here. Quite a few tomatoes are starting to blush now. Can you see the colours are just starting to change? Here's our next one. The third one's going to be very hard to get to. Can you see it? It's this one in here. Hidden by the bush a little bit, I'm afraid, but let's get that. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Sun gold, first one. And there's another one just here that is nearly ready, but oh no, we can take that as well. Ha ha ha, 2 sun golds. There's some sun gold at the back, but they're not quite ready yet. Now the next one's going to be quite hard to get into, so just bear with me while I position you. Those are the currant tomatoes. Ooh, I have to get in to get to them, which is no mean feat. Hello, here we go. Got that one there. Oh, which is split. There we go. Black Russian. 2 sun golds. And 1 tiny little currant tomato, which is about to get taste tested, I think. 1 tiny little currant, which is about to get taste tested. That's nice. Sweet, with tomatoey tang, but sweet. A little bombshell of deliciousness actually. And the others I need to cut into this one to see what's gone on down here. Like I said, I'm not terribly worried about it. I don't think it's blossom end rot. I think it's a malfunction that went on at the early growing stage. Shall we? It's a bit big. Mmm. Mm. I can safely say I like sun gold. That's the very first one that I've ever had. That's a nice tomato. Sun gold will definitely be on the menu every year. I think that sugar baby might be ready as well. Good job I've not had my breakfast. Not as sweet as Sungold. More subtle. Similar, but much more subtle. Nice tomato. I can see tomatoes ripening. Left, right and centre. I can see baby suckers too. Let's get that down. Yeah, everything continues in the tomato house to be going. I suddenly started calling it a tomato house instead of the polytunnel. And I suppose tomato house is quite accurate, isn't it? You see, I've started growing some of the tomatoes over the top of the polytunnel now. Yeah. Overall, pretty good. We've got tomatoes everywhere. What's this lot? Some of the red currants are starting to ripen as well now, so that's good. That was my first taste of homegrown tomatoes for this year. I'm excited. That black one, that was one of the first tomatoes I showed you when it was starting to develop, is still not ripe. It's close. It's really hard to tell with a coloured variety like that that's black, with black tomato, because the ripening is just stages of blackness. So you just need to keep feeling it, give it a little squeeze, once it's soft. Tomato care while I talk to you, sorry. Once it's soft, it's time to pick it. You can just tell they've just got not the resistance anymore that they used to have when they were just forming. Plenty toms. And new ones still growing, and they'll be quite protected in here. I can see all the ildy tomatoes from here. They're just incredible. Right, tomato harvest, and the ones that have gone in my belly. Shh, don't tell anybody. The rest of the house don't need to know that I've been eating tomatoes in here. Next thing I need to do, oh, you might have noticed while you've been in here that the hanging baskets with the tumbling toms have gone. Nothing's happened to them. They were just getting massive and getting hard to get to amongst all the strings in here. So they are in the greenhouse instead, and they're doing fine in there. And we'll have a look at them. Probably. Shall we go and have a look at them now? Why not? Here they are, inside the greenhouse. This one has just been in the watering bowl this morning, so it's looking quite perky. There's one that I've just put in there, which is not looking quite perky, but it will be fine. So it's had a couple of hours in water in there, it'll be fine. These are the tomatoes that I'm growing in the troughs in here. These were all suckers from the plants that are in the polytunnel. Sorry, it's very bright in here, and I'm not complaining about it because, you know, we've just had rain for weeks. Cucumbers growing away nicely. I didn't think I was getting cucumbers this year. The ones that I grew, the fem spot ones, just didn't want to take at all. None of them. Although I have got 3 very young little plants going on here. I don't know though if they're going to make it or not. I don't know. We'll see soon enough. That tomato is tumbling tom. Needs a water, but not before this tumbling tom has had its water. So later on this afternoon, this tumbling tom will go in the water bowl, and then this evening I'll put the other one in. And all 4 baskets will have had a good heavy drink today. They're really fruity nice. I don't know if you can see. They really are. There's lots of lovely tomatoes going on there. So a lot of flowers. A lot of flowers. In fact, we'll give this one its little shake to encourage pollination. There we go. Ooh, look at that little truss of tomatoes there. That's going to be worth shaking the baskets for, isn't it? And it's in there. Yeah. I'll not shake the others yet because they've not been watered and I don't want to traumatise them too much. The garden is looking overgrown because I've not been able to get out here to do any weeding or trimming or anything because of all that rain. Look at the corn cosmos. Aren't they pretty? I think these are a variety called Double Click. They're quite a nice big flower this year. Making big plants actually. They didn't make as bigger plants last year. They're pretty, aren't they? Lovely colour. Super. There's a geranium in the shade down there. I've got some beetroots that I need to get out. A few turnips that need to go out. And those are hollyhocks for flowering next year. Here is G. Prince, needs a bit of tying in up there. I can do that today. The aim is to get him. I don't know what's happened to these. I think some of these got damaged when I was pulling out peas. Nudges. My fault. I should have cut the peas rather than pulled them. Anyway, I'll know next time. But not to worry, there's still plenty on there. These Costa Violetas are starting to get their first flowers. Let's see, pretty flower. Can you see it? The Costa Violeta. They're very pretty little purple flowers. Those are not beans, those are peas that have decided to use the arch as their support that are from the trellis behind. And I don't mind because, you know, they can go where they want. All the beans are doing really well. Yeah, I think that problem, mind you, that's got it too. Might have just been a bit of wind and rain and cold weather damage, but it's not stopping them. They'll be fine. Not worried, not worried. I've taken in most of the turnips from down here. There's just a few stragglers left that are still swelling. That one can probably come out later today. I don't know if you can see it. And this one here at the back can probably come out today. The squash on this end of the arch is doing really well. I'll come back and tie it in later on. Big Max is doing well, and it actually looks like we've got a flower that's been a fruit that has been pollinated, because this one is definitely swelling more than any of the others have done. I think that's, yeah. The others that are still on there from earlier, they're not anywhere near as developed as that one. But that's alright, if I get one good squash out of it, I'm going to be a happy woman. We've got some down here as well. It's doing really well. Loads and loads of flowers on the beans. I've yet to see a baby bean though. The weather was so wet. The insects couldn't get out to pollinate. There's our first baby beans, and they are seriously baby beans. Let's see if I can show you. They're here. Look. And behind it there. Oh, babies. Baby beans, yay. And there's another one. I don't need to worry, we've got baby beans. Those are the Greek gigantes ones, so quite a long time to wait for them. But there will be beans. I'm going to have to harvest more peas today. I think these peas must be coming close to the end. I've taken so many off them. You know what, I moaned about them, but they've given me so many peas. I have so many varieties. The peas in the freezer are a mixed bag of peas. There's no two ways about it, but they're delicious and they're prolific. So, you know what? If you're not worried about what sort of peas they are, buy the little ones. They're okay. They'll give you peas. It's beginning to. Oh, that's so bright. I'm shining you right in. The arches are beginning to do the meeting up thing. Not too far. They would have done it if that one weren't doubling back on itself. They would have been meeting, I think, by now. Won't be long, but it's looking pretty. Magnificent. There's a bee doing his bit for the beans. This needs tying in. That's another one of the squashes. We'll make a good plant. It's good to see the bees out again today. They've been missing because of the rain. Missing in action. A bunch of dwarf curly kale. Delicious. That's going to be.
Please not crisped.
Charlie doesn't like crispy kale. No. I do. I'm the one that
tastes
cooks.
Like the Sahara Desert.
So kale, dwarf curly kale. We've got some beetroots. There are Cylindra, Chioggia, and Boltardi.
Right over my head.
The little baby florets of broccoli, because we've had the heads of broccoli, so now we're just getting these little florets just to while they finish up.
some radishes. They're going to get roasted with the beetroot's going to get roasted, and then the radishes are going to get roasted. A few small courgettes, golden zucchini, and Gris de Provence. Chad wonders how I remember all the names.
Provence. Oh, is it from the same
This
place?
is a small Swede. It's only nearly lost my golden zucchini. A small Swede. They're called Marion, I believe. Peas. Lots and lots of peas. These are from the Kelvin Wonder peas that are a mixed bag of different sorts of peas.
They look like flat eggplants.
I think that might be a hair screen shaft. And that these are probably the Kelvin Wonders. And then, well, mixed bag in it. And broad beans. These ones are Aquadulce Claudia, I think. Aquadulce anyway. And one of my favourite ways to cook those is not very slimming or anything. It's just to saute them with these and a few of these in butter, and then serve them as a side dish, and they're delicious like that. A little bit of salt and pepper, and that's all they need. So yes, it's a good little harvest for today for me. I do harvest every day, so there's usually, at the moment, this amount of peas ready every day, this amount of broad beans ready most days. At the moment they're not like that every day, but they soon will be. And the beetroots are not really every day either, but God, love beetroots. I thought we'd try and open a pea pod. This one maybe. I don't know how I'm going to do this with one hand. I took the top off. Let's pop it. I promise you this is not easy one-handed. Ah! Oh, one pea just went flying. In fact, yeah, there it is. Ooh. Falling all over the place. Get them in the pot quick. These are just being podded. Rescue those. Podded, and then they will, some of them will go in dinner tonight, and some of them will go in a bag in the freezer. Haha, yum. Oh, I forgot to tell you about purple podded peas, mange tout. This is the first picking from the second sowing of these. Thursday the 9th of July's harvest for dinner. Yum. Good afternoon. It's Thursday the 12th, is that right? No, it's wrong. Tuesday the 14th of July. Little harvest for today. I brought in an onion that's about to get cooked in about 5 minutes. It's going to go on sausages, yum. And that beautiful posy of sweet peas from the arch at the back. Several zucchini, squash of various sorts. Gotta love a patty pan squash, they're pretty. It's slightly misformed. Still pretty. It'll taste just as good as a perfectly formed one. Red gooseberries. I've got a lot of amount of peas for me to pod. And a few carrot pinnings that we will have with dinner tonight. Oh yeah. Purple mange tout peas. And broad beans. Getting to be about time to take out those Aquadulce broad beans now, but the Bunyards exhibition have got some good pods setting on them now. So they'll follow on behind. Cool. Not a bad little harvest for today.